So there's this thing that every artist, no matter how experienced or new, faces at some point. And it doesn't matter if you've been drawing for decades or just picked up your first pencil, this is something that hits all of us or will hit us eventually. It's this thing that barges in, overstays its welcome, and makes you question your entire creative existence. I'm talking about art block. Art block sucks. It's frustrating, it's demotivating, and sometimes it feels like there's no way out. You sit there staring at your tools, whether you're drawing on your iPad or sculpting or sitting in front of an easel, your mind can just blank. And the reason I was inspired to make this video is because I know the feeling all too well. Actually, it frustrates me a lot that I'm not immune to it. I've had my fair share of moments sitting in front of a blank canvas, feeling like every idea I've ever had just evaporated into thin air. So today, I want to have an honest conversation about art block. Not the sugar-coated, just draw through it advice that you've probably heard a million times, but a real sort of breakdown to the best of my ability. Obviously, I'm not some sort of master over this topic, but I've been drawing for a while, so I figured I'd take a crack at it. I want to talk about what causes art block, why does it feel so debilitating, and most importantly, how can you work through it in a way that doesn't feel forced or fake? By the end of this, I hope if I do a good enough job, you'll walk away with some practical, no-nonsense strategies to tackle art block head-on, and maybe even feel a little less alone in the process. Let's get into it. Let's start by defining what art block actually is. It's not just, I don't feel like drawing today. That's normal. We all have off days. Art block goes deeper than that. It's when you want to create, when you sit down with every intention of making something, and yet something inside of you just doesn't cooperate. Like your creativity hit a brick wall, and despite your best efforts, you can't seem to get over it. Art block can show up in a lot of ways. For some, it's a total lack of ideas, which is pretty much mostly how I experience it. Like your imagination just got up and left. For others, it's a feeling that everything you create isn't good enough no matter how hard you try. And then there's burnout, where your brain is so exhausted that it can't even begin to process the idea of making art. For me, art block feels like a fog in my brain. I'll sit down, ready to work, and it's like my creative energy has been drained dry. Sometimes it's because I'm overwhelmed by the pressure to make something, really good. Other times it's because I've been pushing myself too hard for too long. Honestly, that's a common thread for a lot of us. We get so caught up in trying to meet expectations, our own or others, that we burn ourselves out. For me, since I attend an art school, this obviously happens during school time. If you've experienced this, you're not alone. And the first step to dealing with art block is understanding that it's not a personal failure. It doesn't mean that you're not a real artist in any way, and it's just part of the creative process. Everyone goes through it, no matter how talented or experienced they are. I remember this last semester, I had a big deadline looming for a self-driven project. You've seen some of the pieces before. This means that I could have chosen anything that I wanted to create. And, I knew exactly what I needed to do in theory, but every time I sat down to start, I felt paralyzed. The more I stared at the blank canvas, the more frustrated I became. It wasn't until I stepped back and gave myself permission to rest that I realized what was really going on. I wasn't uninspired, I was overwhelmed. So why does art block even happen? What makes our creativity suddenly grind to a halt? There's no one-size-fits-all answer, but there are few common culprits that I've thought of, starting with burnout. Burnout happens when you've been pushing yourself too hard for too long. Maybe you've been working on back-to-back projects, juggling multiple commitments, or just putting too much pressure on yourself to constantly produce. Whatever the case, your brain eventually checks out. I've experienced burnout firsthand, many times. When I go to work on a piece of art, I work. Like, I barely give myself any breaks. Like, I just go from start to finish. By the time I'm finished, I can't even think about picking up my pen. My creativity is just gone for the day. And here's the thing, burnout doesn't feel dramatic, at least for me. Others, it may. For me, it's more like something that creeps up. One day I think I'm fine, until suddenly I'm not. Another culprit is perfectionism. As I've spoken about in a previous video, perfectionism will kill kill your creativity. When you're so focused on making everything perfect, it's easy to get stuck. You start overthinking every line, every stroke, every idea, and before you know it, you've psyched yourself out. There have been days where I tried to draw and I was paralyzed, like I couldn't think of anything good to draw. So maybe I'd start a sketch, hate it, erase it, and repeat the cycle over and over until it was time to sleep. So in the end, I'd have nothing to show for it. I wasn't allowing myself to make mistakes, and I still struggle with that, which is why I made that video in the first place. But that mindset only makes things worse. Perfectionism tricks you into believing that if it's not flawless, it's not worth creating. But you know, it's a lie. No one creates perfect art all the time. Not even the artists that you look up to. And I'm sure you've maybe seen one of your favorite artists post something and, you know, maybe it doesn't hit. It's like, but it's okay because you still like them. One kind of piece isn't going to make you unfollow them. We're all human and we shouldn't expect perfection out of others. So how can we expect it out of ourselves? The third culprit is comparison. Social media makes it so easy to compare yourself to other artists. You see someone's amazing work and think, I'll never be that good. Why even bother? It's toxic, and it's something that I've struggled with a lot. There's been phases where I couldn't scroll through Instagram without feeling like everyone else was years ahead of me. And it wasn't until I started reminding myself that I was seeing their highlight reel, not their struggles. So I began to, and I'm still learning to let go of that comparison trap. The next culprit is pretty simple. It's just a lack of inspiration. Sometimes art block happens because you're cornered in a way. Maybe you've been drawing the same kinds of things for so long that it's starting to feel stale. I've been there too. I used to struggle with not drawing my OCs just standing in a blank space. You know what I'm talking about. And I love my characters, you know, but after a while it gets mad repetitive, you know? It wasn't until I pushed myself to try new subjects that I started to feel inspired again. And this kind of coincided with my illustration classes, because in simple terms, illustration class just gives you a prompt and, you know, next week you bring in your illustration for critique. So when it's for a class, I find it much easier to just try something new and try to think outside the box. The last culprit, I wonder if anyone was guessing, but it's too much social media. For social media, it's not just the comparison that gets you. It's the constant pressure. The pressure to post regularly, to stay relevant, to keep up with algorithms. It's exhausting, and I would know because I'm trying to do all that right now, and I'm not that good at this part. But yeah, let's get to the part you might have been waiting for, which is how to tackle art block without feeling like you're forcing it. Here are some strategies that have worked for me, and hopefully they'll work for you too. First step is to step away from art. Sometimes the best thing you can do is give yourself permission to not create. Go for a walk, watch a movie, play a game. Let your brain recharge. Creativity needs space to breathe. Since I usually end my days finishing an artwork, I like to just head straight to bed and review it after I wake up. When I come back to it, I'm able to see it with fresh eyes and not stress as much about it. Stepping away doesn't mean that you're giving up. It means you're giving yourself grace. Second step is to try something new. If you're stuck in a creative rut, shake things up. Experiment with a new medium. Try a different style. Work on a subject you've never tackled before. 2024 was the first time after years of digital art that I actually bought a new sketchbook. And my friend and I made a challenge to only work in pen, so no erasing. And we definitely didn't commit to that challenge. It was messy and unpredictable, but it showed me exactly what I needed to reignite my curiosity. Third step is to focus on small wins. Not every piece has to be a masterpiece. Sometimes just doodling or doing a quick warm-up sketch can be enough to get the creative juices flowing. During character design class, we had an exercise of turning random shapes into characters. It wasn't serious, but it was fun, and it definitely made me look at things from different perspectives. Next, you could look for inspiration outside of art. Obviously, art doesn't exist in a vacuum. Watch a documentary, read a book, listen to music, or you could take a nap. Sometimes the best ideas come from the most unexpected places. Step 5 is to set boundaries with social media. If social media is making you feel bad about your art, take a break. Or, as I've probably mentioned in another video, curate your feed to include accounts that inspire you instead of ones that trigger self-doubt. Remember that if something is stressing you out, it's okay to take a step back from it. I know we're really hard on ourselves because some of us want to take art seriously. You know, we want to get paid, right? So the next step is to reconnect with why you started. Why did you start creating in the first place? Was it to tell stories? To to express yourself, go back to that. Create something just for you without worrying about how it will look or who's gonna see it. And if you do decide to post something like that, something meaningful to you, people might be more likely to connect with it. And the last step is to practice gratitude. And I know this one might sound a little cheesy, but it helps. Simply put, instead of focusing on what's not working, try to appreciate what you've already accomplished. Having gratitude can shift your perspective and remind you of how far you've come. Art block isn't forever. It's just a phase. It's a stone in your path. And the good news is that you're not alone in this. Every artist, no matter how skilled or successful, has been there. So give yourself grace. Be patient. And remember that your worth as an artist isn't tied to how much you create or how good your art is. Thank you for watching. I really, truly appreciate it. I really want to help out just anyone who's either coming into art or has been doing art for their entire lives like myself. I'm just trying to be honest about the struggles that we face, So if you like what you saw, feel free to stick around and let's uplift each other, okay? If this video resonated with you, give it a like and consider subscribing for more content like this. And hey, if you got any tips or stories about dealing with art block, I'd love to hear them in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.